Hi, this is Deborah Potter at NewsLab. I'm going to show you how to use Silk. It's a new tool that makes it easy to publish data online that you can display and that users can explore in lots of different ways. Silk works with spreadsheets, so the first step in building a visualization is to make sure your data is in good order. Here's mine. I've built a listing of journalism awards and prizes. Each line in the spreadsheet will become a page in Silk, and each column becomes a line on the page. So in this case, we have the name of the award, what it honors, the deadline for submitting an entry, the entry fee if there is one, the prize, who it's administered by, a URL for the website, and a URL for an image, either a JPEG or a PNG. So make sure you name your spreadsheet something you won't mind being visible in the Silk, because it's going to be there. I've called mine Journalism Awards. Your next step is to log into Silk. It's easy to do and it's free to join. So you have to join and then you log in and this is what you get, a dashboard. All right. And that's where you import your spreadsheet. So I'm just going to do that and make sure it looks okay. So I start by dropping in my award database called Journalism Awards. And I open it up and it's going to upload it. And it's going to tell me I can preview now all of the pages and see if I've got what I want. So this looks good, that one looks pretty good. I'm going to go through them all and see how they look. Okay, pretty good. So what I've done is I've just started the import, but it's not there yet. And I have to start the import to actually bring in all this data. It's just showing me what I've got to work with. So it looks pretty good. I think I'll do that. So as you can see, I have 43 pages. It's not going to take long to do. And there it is, show my imported pages, and I'll be able to see what it looks like. Okay, and as they begin to populate here, I see that I can display it in different ways. If you have a lot of numerical data, you can create charts. Here are your choices over here. So you can do a map or a bar chart or a donut chart or a line chart. I don't have a lot of numerical data, so it's showing me a grid, but I'm thinking maybe a table would work better for me. So that's what it would look like in a table. And the reason I'm leaning in this direction is that that will allow people to sort it. So I can say, well, just tell me about the prize money. How much is it? Oh, it varies, and it'll go on up from there. Or I can flip it over and have the prize money start in dollars. 250, 250, and so forth. Or let's just say I'm really interested in the deadlines. What's the deadline? I see. Okay, so now we've got some Januaries. I see that I also have a mistake, and the good thing is that I can fix that. So what I want to do is I want to get into the page by clicking on the title, and you see right here what says Edit Page. I'm going to edit it. And the deadline, of course, is not 1 February, it's 2 February. I had to do that because I wanted people to be able to sort by the date, and I couldn't do that otherwise. So let's go back to the Journalism Awards pages. Let them populate. Give me a grid, please. It's working. Pretty sure it's working. No, I wanted a table. And in the table, then, I can sort by deadline. And now I should have my, no, they're backwards now. So if I want to sort by deadline again, there they are, January, and so forth. Okay, so they're looking pretty good. There are other things I can do. For example, that's an enormous image. I don't think that's what I want. So if I go back in here and I say edit the page, I should be able to do something like that. So if I push 1 to 1, now I'm going to have a much nicer looking image on my page. Once I save the page back out again, yeah, I think so. Let's go back here and see what it looks like in my table. So I can just keep playing around with this until I get it the way I want it. Now there's something going on here I don't particularly care for either, but let's check the one I just fixed. Where was that? I think it was Rios, wasn't it? So you can just go through these and see the one you want and make sure that your images are fixed. I'm going to probably have to fix a lot of images, but you can see that it makes a difference. Now I have a much more reasonable looking image there and it's not taking up a huge amount of space. So in other words, if I want to edit my data later, I can. If I want to allow other people to do that, they have to have access to my account. Anyone using this data, going through and looking at the data, cannot edit it. And I can add more later if I want to. So once you have something that you like, you can embed it, share it on all these various social media platforms. You can email it, and you can get a short link. Notice that the URL of my journalism awards is going to be SEO friendly. It's going to have the table name, the name of the data in it. So you'll see here, this is my embed data, sorry, my embed code, and it says journalism-awards.silk.co. So that's pretty easy. And if I probably will make it responsive, but there are different sizes I can do. If I want to embed it, I can just copy it to the clipboard, go into my site, throw it in there, and let's preview that and see what we think. And here it comes up now, Journalism Awards and Prizes. It's loading, and there it is. So I'm giving my users a chance to explore this by entry fee or any way they want, but they can also go to the original data. So if they click here, Explore, now they're taken to the data. Because it's my dashboard, it looks like they have more control over it than they really would, but there it is. Okay, so it's a pretty easy way to make your data look good. It was developed for journalists by journalists, and it's being used in newsrooms. For example, this is the National Journal, which did some work on finding out where death penalties were handed down and where people were executed, and it used Silk to build a map. As you can see, there's the little silk symbol. You can explore it, you can share it and embed it yourself, or you can filter it. So, for instance, I happen to know that one of the states with the highest numbers is Texas. And if we filter it for Texas, we can see that actually it's one county in Texas that's responsible for most of the executions in the state. And that's a map that was built using Silk. So there it is. That's Silk. It's a pretty cool tool, and I hope you enjoy working with it.